Jett Kincaid is a 16-year-old tech prodigy with a knack for breaking rules and fixing machines. Living in the futuristic city of Nova Heights, he spends his time hacking into systems, racing hoverboards, and dodging authority. But everything changes when he stumbles upon a hidden lab beneath his city, one that holds a secret the world was never meant to see. There, Jett discovers the ignition core, an experimental energy source capable of turning a person into a living rocket. When an accident causes the core to bond with him, Jett gains incredible abilities: plasma propulsion, explosive punches, and the power to absorb kinetic energy as fuel. But with great power comes a major problem. The shadowy organization Helion Corp wants their tech back, and they'll stop at nothing to get it. As Rocket Boy, Jett must learn to master his volatile powers while uncovering the truth behind Helion Corp and its connection to his past. Alongside his best friend Zara Cruz, a genius mechanic, and the mysterious Dr. Orion, a former Helion scientist, Jett fights to keep the ignition core out of the wrong hands. But when Helion unleashes their own superpowered enforcers, Jett realizes he might not just be fighting for himself, he's fighting for the future of Nova Heights.
It's been a year since Jett Kincaid became Rocket Boy and took down Helion Corp. Nova Heights is safer than ever, and Jett is finally getting the hang of being a hero. But when a series of mysterious blackouts plunge the city into chaos, a new threat emerges, one even more dangerous than Helion ever was. Enter Eclipse, a rogue ex-agent of Helion Corp who is part of the original Ignition Core project. Instead of harnessing ignition energy, he was infused with void energy, a power that absorbs light, negates kinetic force, and creates devastating gravitational distortions. Now, Kale Voss seeks revenge on those who betrayed him, and he has his sights set on Jett. With Eclipse's ability to nullify Rocket Boy's powers, Jett is forced to rely on strategy, new tech, and his friends, especially Zara, who's been secretly working on ignition gauntlets, an upgrade that might give Jett an edge. But when Eclipse reveals the shocking truth, that Helion's experiments were just the beginning, Jett realizes he's not just fighting for Nova Heights anymore. A greater war is coming, and Eclipse may be the key to stopping it or unleashing it. As Rocket Boy faces his most dangerous opponent yet, he must ask himself, is he ready for the darkness ahead, or will this battle be his last ignition?
Following Eclipse's defeat, Jett and Zara continue to protect Nova Heights. But when a hidden Helion Corp facility is uncovered, they discover that the ignition core was never the only experiment. Buried beneath the ruins, Zara finds a second prototype, an unstable plasma catalyst designed to work in tandem with the original core. Before they can analyze it, a Helion recovery squad ambushes them, triggering an explosion that engulfs Zara in the catalyst's energy. She survives, but she's changed. Zara awakens with plasma surge abilities, allowing her to generate and control high-voltage plasma energy. Unlike Jett's explosive propulsion, Zara's power manifests as precision energy manipulation, letting her create electromagnetic pulses, plasma blades, and even temporary shields. But her abilities come with a catch. The plasma catalyst is unstable, and if she can't control it, she could burn out, or worse. As Zara struggles with her newfound powers, a new enemy emerges. Circuit Breaker, a ruthless cyber-enhanced mercenary hired to reclaim Helion's lost technology. Armed with energy-draining gauntlets, he targets Zara, believing her plasma core is the key to unlocking ultimate power. With Rocket Boy at her side, Zara must master her abilities before Circuit Breaker takes them, and her, by force. But as the battle escalates, Zara faces a choice. Stay in the shadows as Jett's tech genius, or embrace her destiny as Nova, the city's newest hero.
With Zara fully embracing her role as Nova, Rocket Boy and his team have become an unstoppable force against crime in Nova Heights. But their latest battle leaves them facing an unexpected problem. Their powers are starting to burn out. Jett's ignition energy is fluctuating, and Zara's plasma surge is becoming unstable. Something is interfering with their abilities, and they soon find out why. Enter Vera Kane, aka Overclock, a former Helion scientist who has merged herself with advanced neurotech, granting her superhuman speed, reflexes, and the ability to override any technology, including Jett and Zara's power sources. Overclock believes human limitations are meant to be broken, and she's been experimenting on herself and others to create a new evolution of enhanced beings. Her plan? a citywide neuro-wave pulse that will override every cybernetic implant, energy core, and enhancement in Nova Heights, rewriting people's bodies and minds to reach their full potential. The only problem, the process is lethal to anyone who isn't fully compatible. With time running out, Rocket Boy and Nova must stop Overclock before she forces the entire city into her experiment. But with their own powers failing, they'll have to outthink her instead of outfight her. And when Overclock offers Zara the chance to perfect her unstable abilities, she's forced to question, is she really fighting against Overclock or against the truth of her own limitations? When intelligence leaks reveal that Helion Corp is orchestrating a final, desperate operation to seize control of the city's energy grid, Rocket Boy and Nova assemble a diverse team of allies, including reformed ex-Helion scientists led by Dr. Orion and a group of liberated experiment subjects determined to reclaim their lives. The mission is clear: infiltrate Helion's fortified headquarters, shut down their experimental reactors, and expose the heinous secrets buried within its walls. Inside the towering Helion complex, our heroes navigate a labyrinth of high-tech security, automated defenses, and morally conflicted insiders. As they press deeper into the heart of the corporation, they confront the mastermind behind Helion's rise. A cold, calculating CEO whose ambition to harness dark energy has endangered countless lives. In a climactic showdown, Jett's explosive kinetic blasts and Zara's precision plasma surges combine in a dazzling display of teamwork. They battle not only physical foes, but also the corporate machinations that allowed Helion's atrocities to persist. In the final moments of the assault, as alarms blare and the facility begins to collapse, Rocket Boy and Nova trigger a chain reaction that dismantles Helion Corp's experimental reactors and disables its centralized control. The collapse of the headquarters symbolizes the end of Helion Corp's reign, a decisive blow that frees Nova Heights from the shadow of their corrupt power. With the dark legacy of Helion finally laid to rest, the city can look forward to a future of hope and rebuilding. In the aftermath of Helion's fall, Jett and Zara emerge not only as heroes, but as symbols of resilience and change. Their victory inspires a new era of transparency and innovation in Nova Heights as the city bands together to heal the wounds inflicted by decades of corporate exploitation. The end of Helion Corp marks a turning point, one where the promise of a better future outshines the ghosts of the past. Rocket Boy and Nova, the final showdown against Helion Corp,